Let's look at a little more of a naturalized landscape where I've got a red oak and underneath it I've got some coral berries. So what I'm attempting to do here is create a soft landing, right? I don't have a big mulch bed under my tree. I have a little bit of habitat, I have a little bit of shelter, but I still, to some degree, have to maintain it. The first thing to ask is, do I really need to clean it up? Coralberry is a shrub that forms a natural thicket. It's forming this thicket, it's covering the ground, it's providing you winter interest. The berries have kind of dried up and turned brown, but in the late fall, early winter, you've got that nice pink color. So it's got a lot going on for it in addition to the fact that it's native. There is a native clearwing moth that uses it as a larval host. So if you plant it, they will come. As a younger plant, I think you can get away with some slight pruning, right? I might do it naturally. I might just decide that, okay, I've got one over here that's a little bit long. I'm just going to kind of take some of them off and reduce my spread, that canopy, that arching canopy that it has. That would be one approach. You'd want to make sure that you cut above a node. So you're looking individually at the stems to find a node. You're cutting just above a node. I don't want to leave a stub that's dead. I'd like to cut just above a node where that new growth will come out. So that would be the light-handed approach, probably the best with a newer plant, something that's only been in the ground 1 or 2 or 3 years. The next approach would be, I'm going to look into the middle and say, wow, there's some taller stems, there's some bigger stems, there's some thicker stems. I'd like to bring the height of my shrub down. I'd like to maybe pull it in a little bit. So it is a shrub that tends to have an arching character. And so if I look into here, I can see some older stems. Here's a couple in here. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go right down into the middle. And I'm going to take out some of the larger stems. And you can see it's already bringing down the height a little bit. And that's how I would approach that. In a case where it's an old stand, you're really trying to clean it up. Maybe you're trying to redo the bed edges. Maybe you'd really like to kind of reduce the spread a little bit, so you could put some sedges or some perennials, some shade perennials down here, just try and clean up the bed. You could do a rejuvenation pruning, take it all the way back. You could clean up the edges, move some of the suckers, reduce the size of this stand, and that would work. You would get it to grow back, and that would be fine as well. But I would start first with the slight pruning of the top. Then I would start with the cane method if you needed to go next, and then the final approach would be the rejuvenation pruning. So timing for this would be different for like a lilac or forsythia. Forsythias and lilacs are spring bloomers. I don't want to prune them now. I want to prune them after they flower. Coralberry, snowberry, what's another example right offhand? Some viburnums, I suppose, are going to be summer bloomers. And so they're going to bloom on new wood. They're going to set flower blooms, flower blossoms, and they're going to bloom on new wood that grows this season. So now would be the time to do this pruning for your snowberries and your coralberries so that the new growth that comes out will bloom for you later in the year.